Anime is such a divisive medium. In a short period of time, you can go from, why is this Olympian punching the floor, to 3 months later, boom, you're in debt. So you do what everyone in debt does. Pirate anime! But chances are, once you find yourself a good old-fashioned, totally legal website, you don't know where to start. There's thousands of animes listed on this thing, so what do I watch first? Well, you do what everyone has done at one point or another, and look up the top 100 anime of all time. But the thing is, nobody cares about this entire list. Like, let's be honest, nobody knows what the 84th highest rated anime of all time is. Nobody. But number 1, that's a genuine talking point. So you, like many others, give that number 1 a good old-fashioned watch. And let's just say it wasn't your favorite. Like, even if you enjoy your time with it, you don't see it as the flawless masterpiece it was hailed as. So you collect your thoughts and you describe your gripes with the series while being honest and accurate and respectful.
Hey dude, sled to admin here. Don't ever fucking post again, dude. Like, actually, don't ever fucking post again. I'm serious. I don't play like that, bruh. Don't ever fucking post that again on any platform ever again, bruh. I'm being fucking dead ass for real, bruh.
You made a mistake. Look, it's perfectly fine to have an opinion about a series, but you should never express them to an anime fan. Yes, thanks to the power of the internet, everybody has grown really nice and really kind, and will certainly not personally attack you to the point you go from disliking parts of a series to hating the entirety of it. And in those 3 short months, you've gone from someone who didn't know the meaning of the word to someone who scrolls through the anime recommendations subreddit searching for any mentions of a series you don't like so you can call it overrated and mid. And now someone who was just as clueless as you were 3 months ago is having their notifications completely filled with some dumbasses in his comment section having a fucking war. All they wanted to know was, does Dragon Ball really that good? So here's how we fix this. When you look at these top 100 lists, don't just take it at face value. Everyone has their own preferences in media. Some people care about animation, some people care about sound design or writing or characters, and some people just want to watch people hit each other. And all of that is completely fine. But you understanding what you like is the most important thing of all. So take the general consensus about the qualities that a series has into mind and use those to decide what you actually want to watch. Whether it's animation, direction, sound design, world building, characters, power systems, or fucking writing, it doesn't matter. Because ultimately that will help you find better anime. Not only will it show you what the best in the top 100 is, no matter what you value in an anime, it's gonna say don't watch the 500 million year button. Have you ever watched a show where the first episode was by far the best thing you've ever seen? Episode 1 is the purest form of art, the best thing that could grace someone's eyes or ears. And everything that follows is for the fucking suckers that bought that. Well, imagine that taken to its absolute extreme. A series that peaks not only in the first episode, but the first 6 seconds? That's the 500 million year button. Within just the intro, it goes from this pretty good-looking pixel art to literal CapCut transitions and not good CGI. Yet this is still leagues above the rest of the show. The song is catchy. That's the best thing I can say about this show. Outside of the voice acting talent, which includes the likes of the actual Goku, I'm not kidding about this one, and the intro and outro songs, which are made and animated by a lot of different people, this series was entirely made by Sugawara Soto, who is credited for the original work, the direction, the planning, the series composition, the screenplay, the character designer again, animation director, sound production, whatever the fuck that says, whatever the fuck that says again, editing, color directing, art directing, production design, logo design, photography, effects, VFX, modeling, and motion. What the fuck? And this man is interesting. According to this random-ass wiki I found online that has a picture of him with his son, the weird 5-year-old Homer Simpson-looking ass, he had the balls to go to the biggest manga publisher of all time, Shonen Jump, to the editorial department and tell them to change their entire magazine to color. You know how, like, every manga artist ever has specifically trained in their ability to convey shading and detail with exclusively black and white? Forget all that, because this guy needs his CG comics in color. So I'm sure at this point you're curious on what the fuck this series is. Well, it is an Amazon Prime exclusive, not intentionally, but I don't think any other streaming service wants to have this on their platform, so, you know, Amazon Prime, the prime place for anime. 500 Million Year Button is a prequel to a manga that previously came out featuring Tonio, the 5-year-old boy that looks like Homer Simpson and has 2 brothers and also is voiced by Goku. Except in the manga, this is how his family looks. And in the anime, he just has 2 normal-looking anime sisters. I don't know, man. So we open on a shot of the family with a magical globe that they can use to crush entire buildings with their fingers or fill swimming pools with a drop of soda. But the thing is, immediately after, they have this problem where their dad needs money for his medical bills, so they need to make money. Which of course means that they've forgotten the globe exists, because look, you can make a lot of money with that thing. Sell that to the government. It is the most dangerous weapon that has ever existed on the face of the fucking earth. But forget all that, because this show isn't about having competent writing in the slightest. It's like a hypothetical that you have with all of your drunk friends. You ever ask someone, would you live 1,000,000,000 years for $1 million, but at the end of it, you forget all of it? That's more or less the premise of the show. So this weird doctor lady comes, she explains the rules way too much. One person presses the button, doesn't seem like anything happens until Tonio presses the button, and we get to see the worst thing I have ever seen paired with the worst sounds I have ever taken into my eardrums. Then boom, Tonio is in the void. And that's pretty much the end of episode 1, because a third of every single episode of this show is filler. At the end, they get the voice actors together, and they usually just throw a random CG clip at them and say something funny to this and make a epic meme. It's not good, but at the very least the voice actresses are talented, and it's the type of filler you can just completely skip instead of just inserting it into random portions of the show to artificially lengthen every part. Episode 2 is all about Tonio in the void. He spends hundreds, like literal hundreds of years, just shadowboxing. You guys remember that Mr. Beast video where he gives the amount of money the show is claiming to give every single day to someone to stay in a room, and he still didn't last a month? Like, I get that these are imaginary, but then he immediately imagines both of his sisters in swimsuits. And by the way, this is like the only time in the show, instead of the intro and outro, that they actually use the good models they have for these characters. The rest of the time you're getting chibi bullshit. And then he kills them. They actually seem conscious, so I don't understand how this is supposed to be his thought. And then they steal a Bo Burnham song. Okay, stealing is a little bit of an exaggeration, but it is the exact same instrumental. But to be fair, Bo Burnham did say,
I was surrounded by Catholicism at a young age, and I also went in garage band for 20 minutes, and this is the product of that.
And that's how you know they're putting a lot of effort into this show. Then we get an extra third of filler, and we're on the episode 3, where they start explaining string theory and religious and philosophical meanings of life and how the universe functions. They don't even do an awful job at explaining the concepts, but why now? After that, we get another tie-in song. This one's worse, though. And then we get more filler. You don't need a play-by-play of every episode. If you want to experience this garbage, the first 3 episodes are completely free on YouTube. There's the part where the creator just self-inserts himself into the story, because fuck it at this point. Apparently Tonio was the evil mastermind behind all of this. Okay. And now it's time for everyone's favorite game show in a video. Why am I showing you this screenshot? Alright, let's get this game going. You're going to pick one of these 2 answers for why I'm showing you this screenshot. Is it A, because Tonio, the 5-year-old knockoff Homer Simpson, fucked both of his sisters? Or B, answer A.
Hey, dude. Hey, dude. Hey.
I'm sure I don't have to tell you This series is bad. Visually, this series at its absolute best looks like Gary's Mod, while it's in the same medium as some of the most visually brilliant pieces of fiction that ever have existed. Writing-wise, at its best, it's incoherent and self-aware. In the sound design department, it could genuinely be worse. Like, it's definitely not great here, but it's also the one category in which an insane person isn't the only one influencing the final product. This show is incredible if you're looking for something to laugh at as opposed to with, but I do genuinely believe that every anime fan should watch this entire show. This show will redefine what a bad anime is for anybody who has the guts to experience it. And if for whatever reason you disagree with the things I have said in this video, you are 100% free to go watch the show for yourself and form your own opinions on it. And while you're at it, why don't you invest in the 500 million year button cryptocurrency?